everybody, it's Wendy, and today we are going to make something using these beautiful beads from the Jesse James Magical Mystery Bead Box for June. So I absolutely think these beads are so gorgeous. I loved the colors this month, and yeah, so I really liked this piece right here and decided that I wanted to do something using it. And then this bead strand, it seemed to go so perfectly with it. So I did pull some beads out of the mixes that were in here as well. But all of this is from the Magical Mystery Bead Box for this month. Now I do have some Coriana chain. That's from my own stash. I have two clamshell covers and 4 crimp beads. I have a lobster clasp and a couple of jump rings, and you'll need a couple of other jump rings and a couple of eye pins. I'm wanting to use these head pins, not eye pins. I'm wanting to use these ball head pins because they're very thin, and these little, that one's gunmetal and the others are silver. I'll stick with silver. These little beads that I'm going to be dangling on here are so tiny that I don't really want to put them on a regular head pin. I'm going to put them on ball head pins and try to wire wrap and connect them that way. So you'll probably need some ball head pins, your jewelry tools, and I think that's everything that I can see here that we need. If we've missed something, then we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay, so I've got my Coriana chain here. I did check it with these beads, and it fits all of these beads I have here that's going to go on it. It doesn't fit these tiny beads down here, so they're going to be dangles, and these other beads are going to go on the chain. Now, I have a cheat sheet that I've written down, so I know the lengths that I like my necklaces to be. So if it's a Y necklace, I've got 15 inches to the connection. A short but not a choker is 24 inches, and a choker is 14 and a half. So I want this to be a short but not a choker. I don't want it to be a choker, but I definitely don't want it to be long. So I know that I need to measure 24 inches. So my little 6-inch ruler here, let me do this. So there's 6, there's 12, there's 18, and pull it up here. Here is right around 24 inches is right here. So I'm just going to cut it right here. And I'm actually going to go back just a little bit because I'm wanting to allow for the clasp. And I don't want it to be too long because I don't like these kind of necklaces to be real long. So I am going to hold this up and see where it's going to come on me. And yes, that's about right. Okay. So that's how I do that. All right. So now we're just going to put the beads on. So what did I do with my bead bugs? I had my bead bugs out here earlier. They're gone. If I could see them really quickly, I was going to go ahead and grab them. But I don't see them really quickly, so I'm not going to make you wait, and I'm not going to search for them. I don't know where they are. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead then and put this together. So I'm going to hang this on with a jump ring, and I want to go ahead and do that now because it's going to be the mid piece, and I just want to be able to judge the rest of my beads that I put on by where this hangs. So I'm going to go ahead and just hang this right on. Put my glasses on here so I can see what I'm doing. Just going to use a jump ring and put him right on there, and then we'll bead up either side. And you'll be able to judge kind of where you want your beads, how you want your beads to go and lay and all that by where he is in the middle here. I thought these pieces were so, so pretty. Love these colors together, the oranges and the yellows and the green and aqua. Oh, they're just so pretty. All right, so there he is right in the middle. Now, I'm going to go down either side. So I've got these big beads, and I debated using them because they're kind of a different color, and I'm not going to use 3 of them. I'm just going to use 2. So we're going to put that one up there. But I like them, so I am going to use them. We're going to put an aqua bead on this side of them, and probably these teardrops here. And I'm just trying to mix the colors in a little bit so everything kind of blends. These orange ones, that would look good right there. And green. I love these Heishi beads too. These are so cute. So let's see. Those would look pretty. One here between these two. I don't want to put an aqua Heishi bead beside an aqua bead because that's not going to look too great, but these would look good right here, I think. Okay, so this is what I do. I'm just, you know, kind of designing it the way that I think it will look pretty. I've got these cream colored ones. They'd be pretty right here. I want to put these metal spacers in for sure because I think that when you add metals in, it really makes your work attractive and it adds a whole lot. It just adds a lot to it. Now these guys I'm going to put right here. No, do I want to put those there? I may bring them down into here because I don't really... I may bring them down into there. I may even bring them down here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use these cat's eye beads up here. These metal beads are going to go last. I should have another one of these. This guy right here. I don't see it. And then I've got these little spacers that I'm just going to fill in a couple places with. So between the smaller beads. Alright, so that looks pretty good. I'm liking it. So let's go ahead and string it up. And I'm going to string this one side and then I'll do the other side so I make sure that I get them correct. The same. So cat's eye bead. Little spacer. I love this Coriana chain. You can bead right on it and it's pretty. I like for it to show, so that's why a lot of times I don't bead completely up it. I leave some showing. I just think it's really pretty. Okay. They had such a beautiful variety in this box this month. The beads are just gorgeous. And these colors I think are so pretty. I just really enjoy this. I really enjoyed this box. Okay. Yeah, this is beautiful. Oops. I'm just putting them all on. Now they had another piece that I really liked the other piece as well. Because it had a little bit more of the green in it, but for some reason I just love this one. I don't know why, maybe because it has more of the aqua and I love aqua. But the other piece is really pretty too, and I debated which one to use because there's quite a bit of, I have the green beads up here, but I'm going to try to pull some of the green in and the little dangles down here too. So I think it'll all flow. Okay, so there's that side. Now this side, I'm going to make sure that I do it exactly the same. I'm really bad to get distracted and have my beads messed up, so I don't want to do that. Let me make sure that I bead this side the same as the other side. Now, come on, go on there. There we go. Okay, we want this one next. These are really cool too. They've got like this bumpy, I don't know what it is. They're really cute. I'm gonna put this guy on. He pulls in the gunmetal color. This aqua. Our big white one, or cream one. This guy here, which I think is agate. And this green rondelle. This spacer. This cream colored one. This pretty aqua. Our crackled agate. I think this is crackled agate. I could be wrong, but looks like it to me. Our little daisy spacer, our cat's eye bead, and our metal bead. Okay, so when we get all of this beaded, yeah, it's really, really pretty. Our Coriana chain shows because it's going to stick out, you know, it's going to go up the sides here. But I think that is just beautiful. I love the colors of these beads. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make some dangles down here. And what I want to do first is one of these little barrel beads, a spacer, and this little guy. So he's going to hang here. I'm going to do 3 of them. So let's make a wrapped loop. To do that, we bend this 90 degrees. We take our round nose pliers, come down to the end here, go up, over, rotate our pliers, and go around, just like that. And then, I didn't do that very good. Let me redo that. I did not do that very good at all. In fact, that was really crappy looking. Okay, so 90 degrees, take our pliers, go up, over, and around. That is much better loop there. That last one was really bad. Okay, there. And then we're going to take our pliers and we're going to grab this and we're just going to wrap a few times. Now you can do this as neat or as messy as you want. I just go around several times to make sure that it's secure. And we're going to give it a trim. And if you can hear the sound outside, I think Chris is out there on the motorcycle. I'm not sure what he's doing. He went down the street a few minutes ago, and then he came back, and he just loves to ride the motorcycle. Okay. I like it. He wants me to like it as well as he likes it, but I'm just not as into it, but it's okay. I like it. I get out on my little Honda Rebel sometimes. Okay, so now we're going to do, let's see, I want to keep these 3 on the bottom here, so we'll go ahead and we'll do this guy. Then I'm going to do this one. No, then I'm going to do this one, and this one. So this guy's going to hang just a little bit longer than the other one, which is what I want. I may even put another one of the little green beads on the top. I have a couple laying up here. Let me see what that looks like if I add another little green bead on there. And now it sounds like Chris is leaving again. I don't know what he's doing. I think I may just keep it to the, I think I like this better. Okay, so again, 90-degree angle. Grab it with your round nose pliers. Go up, over, rotate, and around. Grab it here. And you can do this with your fingers if you want this wrapping. I just kind of like to do it with my pliers. But these head pins, if you've got these ball head pins, they're so thin that you can really just twist it with your fingers. All right. Going to cut that off. And I'm going to make sure there's no little snags sticking out. Alright, there's that. One more, let's see. I'm going to do it the same as I did the one on the other end. So we've got our little drop bead, our little spacer, and our little aqua bead. Again, 90 degrees. Up, over, rotate, go around. And take this, and we're going to wrap. Okay, and cut that off. Tuck in our little snag if we have one. Be careful when you do that, because you can crack your beads. I've done it many, many times. It's no fun when you do it. Okay, now we're going to connect these on with some jump rings. So I've got these gunmetal jump rings, and I think I like the look you know, that these gunmetal jump rings are going to give with the contrast of the silver wire, because we've got it going on up there too. And I think these jump rings are big enough. Yes, they are. They're going to go right through there perfectly. I believe these are 8mm jump rings. I think. They may be 6, but I think they're 8. Let me put them on here and see. Nope, they are 6. 6mm jump rings. Sorry, didn't mean to tell you wrong, but 6mm jump rings. Alright, let's go ahead and hang this middle guy. And one more here. Now this kind of makes a tassel, so you could, you know, you could make this a long necklace if you wanted. I just kind of liked these kind to lay up around my collarbone. Okay, so there's our little fringe on there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to finish it. So we're going to take our Coriana chains and line them up side by side here. Make sure that they're even. Okay, so just as you can see, mine's not. I need to push my beads down. Whoops, got them crossed. Doesn't really matter. Okay, push my beads down till everything is even. Now, you do not have to do this step. This is totally optional, but I'm going to put a crimp bead on here and just crimp it because I don't like my beads floating all over the place. When I have necklaces like this, I like them to stay still where they're supposed to be. So I'm not doing any fancy crimping because we're on a Coriana chain, so I'm just taking it and smashing it down. It's not noticeable. I mean, it's not like that anybody's going to see it and be like, oh my gosh, there's a crimp bead right there. If they are, they're way too close to you. So you can cover it if you want to. And I just dropped that guy. Oh, there he is. Yeah, you can cover it if you want with a crimp bead cover, but they don't bother me, so I just pretty much leave them like this. And like I said, the only purpose they're really serving is just to keep your beads from bloating too much. And I make sure that there's a little movement here. Like, I don't do this super tight. You want it to have a little bit of movement. So there that is. Now, I've just realized this is not a crimp bead. I don't know what it is. I thought it was. So let me grab another one. Okay, yeah, I guess that's a spacer. I don't have any idea. Okay, so now we're just going to finish it off. So I'm going to take my clamshell cover and put it right on here. Put my crimp bead right on the end. I am going to crimp this down. Now, you don't have to smash this to the point of cutting your chain, okay? Because you can do that. Just, you know, make sure it's secure. But I've never really had these come apart, so except for that one while we're on. Oh, I'm seeing the issue. My crimp bead is smaller than the hole in the bottom of this. Well, that's interesting. Okay, what I'm going to do, these are tiny crimp beads. They're like 1.5 mm to 2 millimeters. Let me grab a bigger one. Hold on. Okay, so the holes in these clamshell covers, these gunmetal ones, are kind of big. So this is a crimp tube. It's a big crimp tube. I would say like a 4 millimeter, but it may be overkill. But it's all I've got other than that crimp bead I just had on there. So let's see what happens. I think it'll be okay. Yeah, so we're just going to crimp him down. Big old crimp tube. We're going to cover him up with our clamshell. I'm going to try to turn him sideways in here so he's not, because he is kind of big. And we're just going to close it up. Yeah, it works. Okay, it's all good. So same thing over here. Sorry guys, I didn't realize my holes were so big in the bottom of these clamshell covers. I've got all different colors and my other colors are not that big. So these gunmetal ones have a big hole in them. I'm going to go ahead and put this one on. Same thing. Just crimp it down. You don't have to do anything fancy because your clamshell's covering it. Okay, go ahead and pull it. Make sure it's secure. And I'm trying to turn them sideways so they close up better. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so now I'm just going to take my lobster. I am going to put it right on my clamshell cover, just like this. And I'm going to take, this is a big old ring. I could go smaller probably. Let's try this one. I don't need one quite that big. And I'm just going to put it on my clamshell cover. And this will be what my lobster clasps onto. Just like this. Alright, so here we have our pretty little island paradise necklace. That's what it reminds me of. It's so, so cute. So I am going to put it on a form and I will be right back and show it to you. Okay, so here it is, our little island paradise necklace. I really love the way this turned out. It's just so fresh. I love the colors. Reminds me of citrus. That's what these colors remind me of. They're just so pretty. Citrus and summer. But there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to subscribe to the Magical Mystery Bead Box, I will have a link in the description box below. You can follow that and subscribe. It's a wonderful box and I'm really enjoying it. And I'm going to do a pair of earrings here in a few minutes to match this. So I will see you in that video. Bye.